again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott. And greetings, blessings, salutations, and love. Once again, welcome back to Chats with Jack. I am Jack Talcott, and I am excited again. Happy Wednesday. What's up, everyone? To the folks already swinging through who have been here already, saying what's up and sharing some love, man. That's what I'm about today, sharing love and blessings. To all of you, thank you. Thank you for those with eyes to see. And for those like the crew team, man, holy cows, praise God. You are persistent, no doubt. But today I'm in a good space. I was already asked, I was already told to create space in the stream for our friend Tommy again. So I did say I'll be brief. I'll drop the link for us very soon and we'll see where the day goes. But praise God indeed. In the background is a reminder, of course, love is the answer. And the words of Jack, why not, man? Love. It's not just words of Jack, but love reveals the truth. Love unites all. Truly, that basic premise, it's the foundations for this realm we share. It's love that reveals the truth. It's love that unites it all. And consider this, when are secrets kept? Secrets are kept in the absence of love. And it's in the absence of love that we find lies, right? Lies are created to deceive enemies or threats. But what can truly unite us all is a love for the truth. Because if we fall in love with the truth together, there's nothing we can't overcome. And this question, when is an excuse just a lie? There's depths to those words and those questions. So I'm going to see what happens here. I'm going to drop the link. I'm dropping it initially, especially for our friend Tom, but because I'm dropping it earlier than I was intending. But you know what? I'm feeling good. Hello, Waterman Lost again. Great to see you there too. You're welcome to join as well. Uh-oh, here we go. And we are off as requested. Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you for not calling me your friend, because I have a friend in Jesus. And while you say budgets are evil and you live by the words Jesus, Jesus's words were, when a man is to build a tower, he must count the cost. And that's budgeting, because budgeting's like, Jack, you have a budget of how much longer you can sit and do nothing and keep a West Baltimore apartment. You know, that's a budget.
I know.
All right. So anyway, yesterday I was very offended, like in a, oh my God, I was taken aback that Stinky Brew told me sometimes people just come up here to have a bit of fun, as he would sneeze hush at you all day and you just let it slide and not acknowledge it because he's such a fucking pushover simp. But if you can just give us 7 minutes, I've made just a brief panel waste dump clip of some of the times Jack doesn't want to have fun, as he told me my problem was only wanting to have fun. And I'll just drop this in the back here. It's just a little peek at what kind of operations we have at the industrial side of the panelverse that is panel waste management. I see N-word PC the lame is in the chat. He'll definitely make some trips to the dump in the future.
Wow.
But the beginning of this, if everybody can have a moment of silence at the very beginning, I'm R.I.P. Landry at the very beginning. Show some respect Producer's not there today, Jack. I can't hear you. You even mute yourself. You're such a bastard. You even mute yourself.
Is this a link that can be shared publicly?
No. We're going to watch it now.
All right.
Idiot.
Here, let me do it like this. And yes, as you said, let's pause, start with a moment of silence.
Bigger?
I can try 1 second.
It's very small, Andrew. Can you make it bigger?
I can try 1 second. That's the best I can do.
Really? Oh, that's terrible. What?
I should just start making a special link to come up here and drop. And then it'll just show it in the moment. Like never before seen links, just drop them in the back. We'll watch them together.
We can respect the time we share together, can we not? Please?
Jack, when you said the people that aren't taking you seriously can benefit the most from you, were you implying that me or this guy?
Tom, shut the fuck up for a minute, Tom. Tom, shut the fuck up for a minute. Jack, just because you got fired from your job, this is not an existential crisis for us. Like, everyone gets fired from their job. This idea that this is the world and this is...
I'm going to let him cook.
He's missed the point. He's on another boat. He's having a conversation with himself, and he's ignoring me. Again,
I don't... He's talking to you.
It's the exact thing I'm trying to correct. I'm trying to get us here in the present to recognize that this is real life. No one has jurisdiction over anyone else or the
trying to regulate me.
I do have some sort of authority and power.
That contradiction right.
What was that?
I was just pointing out for your audience that's a little slow. You just like your daddy contradicted yourself in real time. But we move on to that.
Okay.
Authority and power.
Okay. So let's battle that contradiction right in the bud as you reveal it.
My point is,
you flex on everybody. They have no jurisdiction. Who do they think you are trying to regulate me and whatever else you said on that clip?
You have no authority. You have no jurisdiction trying to regulate me and control me. Who the fuck are you?
But you have that over us, right?
While you are here, that is...
And that's why your attitude changes while you are here in the now.
Right.
And then you come over to my place and you get all dude and you sign checks for like $3 for milk and...
Well, it's my it's my hopes here. Yeah, I don't like the red curtain backdrop as much of the fireplace either. It's not available to me anymore, which I'm still coming to terms with.
I may have a workaround. I think you could probably use that as that red screen is a green screen or something like that, using like camera features, then project another fiery background. But then people say, "Oh, Jack Talcott's burning in hell." But I think it'd be funny, it'd be cute. I didn't say let him say that.
That's a cool idea. I did take some photos, and I forgot about that. There's probably a way to put it in a background image or something, but admittedly, I was thinking about home this morning and how much I miss my old bed. God, that was comfortable.
You're fooling yourself.
I made that at Rose's house.
Perfect. Perfect.
You know, a great god of a man once said, "Those who clutch to their life will lose it, and those who lose their life will live eternally." And I've tried to show you motherfuckers, once I deem roofless, I can have any roof I want. Once I deny the world is mine. And not in that narcissistic fat boy way. Oh. Did I say I'd be the last channel standing, or did I say I'd lay claim to the fireplace throne?
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
Now this next part is for Stinky Boo.
praise God.
What was that?
The next part after this little praise God intermission, it's for Stinky Brew and how he said I don't like to have a good time.
Okay, beautiful.
Holy.
Praise God, brothers and sisters. Praise God.
Do you understand how you're playing with grammar and the U.S. language, the English?
I know that I'm speaking what comes through me, and I speak honestly.
Okay,
About-
just say today's title, the subject or whatever.
Embrace unity to surrender separation.
Hey everybody, don't be apart. Let's get together. That's all you're saying.
Right.
And that's how I can make a game show and imitate you and stuff. I can sit in front of that fireplace and say that type of shit. Abandon transsexuals. Be available to cis women.
Actually, let me share something that I was noticing right before I started today.
I am available for your gratuity sharing.
I was absent yesterday. Part of it was,
Yeah, right here.
I was unmotivated, uninspired, and so I spent time.
You didn't feel like it. I'm just translating for.
Yeah, I spent time going within and finding peace.
Thinking about your life for a minute.
Yeah, and today.
I'm like the Obama translator today, Jack. I'm like your Obama translator that he did, the Key and Peele.
So today, though, after looking at my life and looking at the state of the world, I was saddened.
Which state?
I'm truly saddened by the state of society today.
It depends on which news show you're watching. Oh, no. Jackie, take yourself way too fucking seriously considering you come out every day to not really do or say anything. Maybe you're kind of the Batman in the sense that Batman's just Bruce Wayne with money, and the only thing that spices it up is Batman versus all these eclectic characters. But the difference is Batman can win.
He's got a team.
Well, he's got a butler.
Yeah. And
Superman has a team. Superman runs Justice League, Jack.
All right. The point is he had people supplying him with stuff and creating stuff for him and giving him what he needed.
I'm glad you said that because I left out the clip of, you talking about people blaming other people for their unsuccess and their shortcomings because you ain't no 8 Mile, Jack. B Rabbit said, nah, I'm going to do it myself. Where's your inner B Rabbit?
No, it is, Tom. Seriously, it's a biblical story. God takes the people from the least expected are the ones that God uses, and nobody would expect someone like me.
Right, but it's not becoming a nobody drunkard or this washed up loser. It is not equivalent to God will definitely use you. You have to remember the reason Paul wrote the most books with the most message in the Bible is because he sent Christians to their death. And that's the dichotomy that people don't get out of that wow factor. Wow, the dude that sentenced Christians to the lion's den was the most used prophet in the Bible. The same way that Jeremiah has the longest chapters and books in the Old Testament because he lived alone and was tormented by loneliness. That's why you don't need 3 marriages if you have God.
Here, there's a lot more to those stories.
Right. That's what I'm trying to show you. Because you tell us
Well-
that book explains your life, and then you can't tell us anything about it. And then when I do, you said,
Pause,
let's
pause,
treat
pause.
Tom like an expert.
Please, if you give me a chance, I can explain myself. I really can.
Every fucking day I do.
Well, here's the thing. This thought came up earlier, and this is a total transition from where we were.
Fiery dart from Satan here.
Yes. So this question came up. What if you made up a story about things you didn't actually know?
That's called fiction.
Right. And this is kind of the in line with the stream title today.
Is it a pretentious title like I was translating for? Can I try it?
Please.
Okay, what's the title?
When is an excuse just a lie?
An excuse doesn't necessarily mean it's a lie.
Well-
I give you. I've given people reasons, and they try and say it's an excuse. Your excuses for not marching on over the White House, I think those are probably lies.
Potentially. Right.
Remember when you said proof of God would be you keeping that fireplace in that house?
Yeah, that would have been
And
amazing.
you said proof of God would be you getting Donald Trump, and that term's going to be up eventually. And then what'll be proof of God?
Well, actually, this is an interesting part of my testimony. I denied God in my life because I didn't see a burning bush. I didn't see
Sure.
miracles.
Right, because he doesn't do that anymore.
Well, I started lowering my expectations. And then
Wow.
God started allowing me to see patterns and
Right.
signs. And it was like, whoa.
Well, here's the thing, Jack. Whenever you related that to us, and whenever you said we both have that pattern recognition, I think I have that, and I think you have a term I can't remember in psychology where you just see patterns that are not there, like pictures in clouds and stuff. You just pattern everything.
Well, this goes back to that question, right? That question I asked. Because I suspect, like I was reviewing Miss Margot the other day, conversation with her. She took a small bit of information that she believed she knew. And then since she didn't know beyond her information, she imagined stories. She didn't investigate. Snafu's done the same thing with me. So the
Right,
question
but you let people tell stories they think up and you nod along with it.
many times I choose my battles, dude. There's so many things I disagree with, especially with you.
But
Holy
you're a cuck.
cows.
You just sit up here and cuck to whoever's in your presence and you don't even realize it. Like whenever you let all my enemies have at it with me, but tell me and you can totally flip it on them. It's hard to face yourself, Jack, especially publicly. I know. It's the only thing that's going to save you.
Actually, my thought was different with you. I think if you and I actually think if you and I had a real conversation
I'll try.
offline.
No, there's no offline because I can't help more people. Just that's how you stabbed me in the back, was talking offline, then coming online and betraying me.
Nope.
Yeah, that's what happened.
No, that's a story you told yourself.
No, the story you tell yourself is that I did it.
Well, let's be here and now together. What I'm
I
seeking
am. See, that's a deflection. You just did that on the clip we watched. You said, hey, he's on a different boat. He's having a conversation with himself, and you're trying to get us in the here and now for real life. I'm there.
If you'd
Just
stop,
every day this week, you've tried to deflect with getting the here and now. Every day. You're
I
not
know.
learning.
and you're still refusing to even try.
Oh,
Okay. So I'm going to take a pause. I'm going to take a pause from the bitterness, and I'm going to thank those who are tuned in and, trying to follow this. I appreciate it. Admittedly, some of these conversations and the time I've been spending with our friend Panel Waste Management, aka Illumitami, He's consumed quite a bit of my time and attention the last few streams again. And I mean, he started off here with some editing for us. But I recognize my choice to do this. It is a little bit self-serving. I mean, in light of you, the viewer, those who tune in and, hopefully find some value in this. But the reality is every one of us people, we're in this life together. The fewer enemies we have, the better life is. Right? And this is what I've realized for myself. I don't know if I was ever as crabby and angry and loud as some of the guests who joined me. Definitely not as insulting and rude. But Tom, you think you're winning, but you're telling yourself a story, and the stories you're telling yourself, my friend, they're not real. Okay, so this question is for all of us. Every single one of us should ask this question. What if you did? What if you made up a story about things you didn't actually know? Maybe these stories are things that you're still carrying around from when you were a kid. Or maybe it's an old relationship. Or maybe it's things in politics or things in your religion. Maybe there's all sorts of things that you don't actually know. But at some point in your life, you said, yeah, well, this makes sense. And so you started running with that idea without actually confirming what is real. That's exactly what I did for much of my life. I thought I knew things that I did not know, and it turned out that I was wrong. I was wrong about politics, I was wrong about economics, and I was wrong about religion. But today, I've made enough mistakes. I know when I'm no longer wrong. And following the way of Christ, Jesus, walking with faith, love of God, deep, deep love of God. I don't feel wrong. I really, really don't. But you know what, brothers and sisters, praise God. Tom, there is no all love is genuine. Okay, the reasons to deny and fight love, especially from a kind man like me, you're acting. Okay, you're acting angry at me, Tom, and there's no reason to do that. Oh, speaking of, someone in the back is asking for my attention. So let's see where this goes. Praise God indeed, and welcome back, Snafu Snap.
Hey. So you mentioned something, Jack. Okay, I'm intently listening, as you claim others don't do, to your podcast. And you mentioned something I want to retract to. You said you've noticed patterns, right? Over the years? What if you're not looking at the right patterns, such as you claim you're right. You said, for a minute, I was like, oh, is he being authentic when you said you were wrong about religion, wrong about this, wrong about that? But then you went back into your delusional thought with your crazy smile and laugh, saying, I know it all. So my question is, have you recognized the patterns of not being able to get people to join your mission, or the pattern of people saying that you're wrong, or the pattern of life in shambles? Like, have you noticed those patterns, Jack, or are you ignoring those patterns?
I've looked at all the patterns, especially the ones I didn't want to see.
So what is your thought? So what is your thought in the patterns that you don't want to accept, such as no one wants to help you with your mission, your family's gone, the job, Tommy and me and others keep telling you you're wrong. I mean, these are all patterns, Jack. That's not even just one person. So
Right.
who's to blame? You, right? Or no?
No, see, this is what you're missing.
Okay, tell me.
I recognize those patterns, but you also need to recognize which patterns in life are relevant to you, right? Where are you? Which things are you experiencing? What are those? Sometimes they're for us, and sometimes they're for others, and sometimes it's a mix of the two, and
So,
sometimes we just don't know. So
okay, let me
the
ask you this.
common
You're kind
denominator
of
would
mixing up.
be,
You're mixing up the question, Jack. I
no, I'm
think that
not.
no, you're complexing
I'm
it.
just I'm
Let me
I'm
ask you about
answering
the
it my
negative.
way.
Okay, I guess you're answering it in the way that I know you're going to try. Let me ask you this: the negative patterns. All right. Do
Yes.
you not
Sure.
recognize the negative
Oh,
patterns?
yes. Let me get to the point. Sorry. What I learned from the negative patterns of people's opposition towards me is I needed to have greater faith in God. And to have greater faith in God means that I have a greater trust in me. And if I have a greater trust in me with God, then I can discern through the negativity and I can learn. I've learned, right? I mean, I did deny my anger. I denied that my pain and my frustration was coming out as anger. I was feeling sad. I was feeling hurt. But according to the witnesses, the yeah, the witnesses you've brought against me, they've all been very harsh and critical, and not all of them have been honest, dude.
So
So
that's what you said. So
you,
the patterns of negativity is everyone's else fault but yours. Like the fact that no one wants to
no,
join your mission, the family's
no,
left you,
no,
Tommy and
please
me and others say you're full of shit.
don't twist my words. That's why
No,
you don't
you're
understand me.
twisting my question though. Like you
I'm
don't see
not.
me doing that
Tell you what, the answer is I grew in my faith of God.
because of the negative.
Right. I was placing faith in people, that people would do the right thing, that God would use people to do the right thing, but that was still my expectation. God is doing everything, dude. The past few days, what I've been learning, I keep saying this, I've been saying this for years and I'm still doing it. I've been learning how to surrender even more.
I don't know if
I
that's
walk,
true.
I walk with faith, no fear.
What is that noise?
The neighborhood, they got the dirt bikes out.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, just neighbors riding dirt bikes down the street. It's fuck, living as a human is so
Are
fascinating.
you tired of the negative?
Pardon?
Aren't you tired of everyone telling you you're wrong or like having your family leave you or like so don't you see the patterns of you continuing the same like insanity, right? I mean, the definition of insanity would be Jack Talcott show of turn it no, because I'm not the one saying and Tommy's right. Trump's about to be out of office. What are you gonna do then?
Dude,
What
I
are you gonna do
still
when Trump's done and it's a new
would you
person?
shut up? Because
Oh,
seriously,
that's life coach like. That's godlike. That's very fucking godly of you, Jack.
I know,
It's
but
so-
here we still got 2 weeks left. I was looking at the calendar. We got 2 weeks left. We can do something before the end of the year. Peace
What are
is
you gonna
available.
do? What are you gonna do? And who? Okay, how come Trexie ain't helping you get these meetings? How come Trexie ain't connecting you with your family? How come
You're
Trexie?
not?
I because I did, and you didn't like the
No, you
result.
didn't.
I absolutely did, and you didn't like the
Oh,
result.
pause.
And I actually did it with more than just one of your people, multiple of them,
You did. You went
like at
through
least
the
4 or 5 of
motion.
them, about
Let's
5
be
coworkers.
let's be honest.
Right. And I'm being
They-
honest with you. Your patterns you're failing to recognize
Listen.
of
Hold on, please. Let's be honest about what has happened. You went through the motions and you did things, but let's look at the results and what has really happened. You reached out to people from my past with malice.
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
no.
You did and they did. Both of you had malice against me. You didn't have any trust, any respect.
Explain the word malice.
You intended to diminish me, to cause to.
But okay.
I-
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. You admitted the other day about the maybe baby over on Frank's, which you've admitted a few times. And let's not get into the whole optics of like what I accuse you or not accuse you. The fact is the pattern is the 1980s Jack or whatever, the 1990s or 2000s Jack has the same bullshit optics of people saying, Jack, you're wrong, to the 2025 Jack, to where you have people like me and Todd say, Jack, you're wrong. And you're combining us together, and we're like decades apart. So you for decades, everyone is wrong but Jack?
No, that's not what I'm saying at all. So please.
Okay, we're talking here.
You just happen to be amongst those who don't see me. You don't see me honestly.
Okay, so the other day now I gotta admit, people are pissed off, and Rose and I talked about it. We want to do another where it's you, me, and Tommy and Rose for the mediator. Maybe Trexie fucked that whole shit up because none of us were talking about any of the fucking maybe baby optics. We were talking about you and your behavior with like some of us. Like Trexie's the one who fucked that whole thing up. So Rose and I said, if you're down, we would like Tommy, you, and me. And if Margot wants, but not really. She doesn't really care. I think the chick has a crush on you, Jack. I'm just being real. I think Margot's into you. And don't lie. We've talked about this personally. When she asked you the other day, Jack, please put on record. There's no like, dude. Are you not like seeing the tells that the old lady wants you?
I'm not blind to the patterns of women.
Patterns, yes, patterns. Margot's doing patterns of high school crushing.
You know what? No.
You think about it.
I was remembering things from the past, but no, there's no. I trust she's honest, and I know
the grown
I'm
adult that, as
honest
you
to
claim,
say
is
that.
obsessed with you. And again, for her to being a grown adult to say, Jack, will you please publicly say I'm not into you? I really think that, I'm asking, would you give her a date?
No.
You wouldn't?
No, you're missing something. You're missing the spiritual aspect once again. I don't know if it's karma. I don't know what it is. For whatever reason, her and you and others who chose to go against me.
I didn't choose to go against you. You have forced me.
You made every choice you made.
No, you have forced me to call the optics of your BS out. Like, I think me and Tommy are being more of a friend to you than any of these fucktards online right now. Because we're trying to say, Jack, we don't want you. I don't want you. I don't know about Tommy, but you're headed on a one-way street to Xiao.
Tell you what, please pause. Tom's here. I can't deal with both of you.
No, you need both of us here. You need to quit being a bitch. You're a life coach.
How about this? Here's a lesson for all of us, right? Because I heard it coming out of myself there. I said, I can't deal with both of you, Tom and Snafu, at the same time. But the reality is, I can do anything, right? If I talk myself out of it, then yeah, I can't do it. I can't even try to do it. But I want to be more honest. And the reality is, Snafu, I will not try dancing with you and Tom at the same time. Welcome back, Tom.
I'm just gonna clean up the ones he kind of misses that he doesn't mean to miss.
What? I do miss you, but I don't
Oh,
mean to miss you.
funny. That's funny that Sherelle Snow's biggest simp wants to support you.
Good grief. What now? What brought you back, my friend?
Well, at the very beginning, what was it you said to Snafu? That you found through God that it's you, like you can trust in yourself or something. Yeah, that's
I
false.
trust in God. I trust in
No,
God.
that's not what you said. And now that you know I'm calling you out on it, you're modifying it. You're changing that. Yeah, roll your eyes. Act like a bitch. Hey, tame your inner bitch. Now, the thing I'll show this panel verse as it makes its way to the toxicest waste dump of panel waste management's landfills in the back rooms. You're still regretting the fact that knowing your family abandoned you, you came on the internet and said, anybody research my past, anybody question the people of my past. And that's what you got.
I know.
And it's not ironic that after yesterday's show, my newest subscriber is the Charles, because it's not over. It's not over as long as you're out here looping. We tried to help a crazy old man, and he's still standing on it. You're absolutely insane, but I think it's trauma. You keep wanting to say I was hurt, that I was trying. Yeah, point at me. The guy that's looking for anyone to vouch for him to two families and a maybe baby, which I call a definitely baby, that you should thank the keto diet that he's raising your third kid that you ain't got the budget for, that doesn't want to see you either. So you're nodding along. That's a start. Jack, you're a mess. And I'll even give you part of your trauma is letting that fat boy just berate you for almost 3 years, and you still trust him. You still vouch for him.
Which fat boy? There's a lot of them
Oh, is there
around.
more than one?
Oh, the one you're always fascinated with. You mean Paul? Your daddy?
You really just gave me that sound clip. like that. He's the one. That's how you betrayed me, you fucking backstabber.
But it wasn't, Tom.
It was.
You betrayed me.
You want to make an excuse or tell a narrative story doesn't change the simple fact of what happened. You want the facts?
Here's the facts. You
Oh,
are.
Yeah. Hold on, Mr. D, Dr. D Head. Dr. D Head. He's got at least a word wizard number of socks, and he's actually been on my panel. He's a joke, and you're still fronting it like I would even regard him.
I'm gonna drop you because you're just
No,
all over.
I am, because you're a loser.
I love that guy, man. One of these days, he's gonna calm down. He said, "Paul's your daddy." Yep. Holy cows! And back to the other attention whore. Welcome back, Snafu.
Daddy does live, but Daddy's not fucking. Daddy's kind of delusional too, cupcaking with you instead of being authentic. Let me ask you this, Jack. Honest question. Honest to Abe question. Why do you act and behave the way you do?
You're not going to like the answer. You may not. Let me not presume. You might not like the
life
answer.
coach, you used to be able to life coach me and Tommy and whoever together. It seems like you're downgrading your skills, because if you can't handle me and Tommy, how are you going to handle Trump and his Congress and
Don't worry
Senates
about it.
and
Don't worry about it.
how would you see? That's another contradiction. You tell me to worry about it, then you tell me not to worry about it, then you tell me to worry about it. Which
You're
one do I do,
confused.
Jack?
Live without fear. Stop worrying. Shut up.
Even God hated Esau. Read Malachi.
Now, please stop. Okay? Because you're really reminding me. I was evaluating me earlier today, and it's true.
Bring
Maybe I
Tommy
am
up.
not. He's not here. Maybe I am not a life coach. I am a death coach, because I was really thinking about earlier how I've changed. And it can be twisted, right? Because if simple minds will take words out of context, they use this shit completely wrong.
I
But the
agree with you.
reality is,
You know what? You're on the road to Shao death because you mixed God with satanic optics. And
No,
so, just like Tommy said, like, yeah.
no,
So I think I would actually agree you are a death coach because you're
yes.
coaching
So here,
blasphemous stuff.
I want to help you learn the benefits of dying inside.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
Yes. But this is the death, the first, so that you can get that second birth. You got to die in order to live. So you must really let yourself be dead inside. That's how Jesus took the beating. That's how he didn't fucking cry out and say, "Oh, please stop." He said, "No, forgive them, Father. I'm beyond this shit." Make sense? But it's not natural for us to be dead inside because we have hearts that God.
Who's dead though? You think I'm the bad guy here. You think Tommy's the bad guy. You think your family's the bad guy.
No,
You think your job
no,
and
please,
coworkers are the
please,
bad guy.
please. Let's get beyond good and bad. We're both sharing this experience. We're all sharing this experience. We've had some disagreements. We've had some misunderstandings, but that's it. It's nothing big.
I
There's
think
nobody wrong.
the disagreements and understandings, though, the pattern of Jack being the only one versus the community of people over the years too. Like,
Oh no,
does that not wake you up, Jack? To think
please.
that, hey, these guys that have never met me, my family, my job, never even knew me back in the day, are basically telling me the same thing that I was told back then. Like, that doesn't weird you out thinking that strangers and people of your past are like, and then you give me that
No,
delusional laugh.
dude. Hold on, hold on. This is another example. I think you made a story up. I think you made up a story about things you didn't actually know because you experienced something. You thought there was similarities, but I tell you what, every person has been different. There's been common
What story
patterns.
have I made, Jack? Let's be specific then, since we're talking here. You're actually communicating like a person should versus backstaging. Let's see how long this lasts. What what exactly have I made up in my mind that's wrong? Minus the maybe baby optics.
Well,
Okay.
just now, you tried to present the case that everyone new in my life is saying the same things as people from the
Okay,
past.
okay. Let me fix that. The majority of people, like the majority of everyone in. So you're telling me the majority of people in your life are on your side? Because if that were true, wouldn't you already be with Congress? Wouldn't you not have lost your house? Wouldn't you probably have your family in your life? Wouldn't you probably not be preaching things that aren't going to happen?
That was an expectation it took me a while to give up because that's what I thought too. But I know there's a
Do
lot
you
of
think
people
you
who love
have
it.
given it up? Like maybe you're telling yourself you get, but do you think deep down you've given up? Like self-reflect on yourself. Because again, we're talking about patterns, and I'm going to
Try
your
to
topic.
understand. Try to understand me, please. Don't. It's
Well, that's what
understandable to have
that's why
doubts.
we do, Jack. We're talking. If I were trying to understand you, that means I have to understand the questions I'm asking and listen to.
Yes,
We are doing that. You're getting a
but
little irritated because these
I'm
are hard
not.
questions.
No, what I'd really, and I don't mean to be nitpicky, but I would
You are.
appreciate I would appreciate if you would like consider what I'm saying.
I'd appreciate if you had Tommy and me on the panel at the same time and everyone else. I'd
Tommy's not
appreciate.
here.
I'm okay. So go ahead. What exactly pattern? Okay, the negative patterns. Why does Jack feel that? Okay, let's just be point blank. How come you don't have anyone to help you on your mission? Why aren't you this week scheduled to talk to Congress or have a meeting or connect with your family? Like aside from me and the bullshit and everything I'm doing, how come all these people who claim to care about you, love you, Trexie went hard deep on me and Tommy and others. how come no one is bringing value to Jack Talcott? Like real talk. Flow State has all these Andrew Wilson bullshit. Blah blah. Have they connected you with any of it? Nope. Like they come here, fuck with you. They do the clout YouTube thing daily. But has anyone truly helped you? Whether it's now, I see me and Tommy because I know Tommy helps you. He tells
You
you
want
the
to
truth.
know? I've heard some of the reasons why they
Okay.
don't. You're a part of it.
How am I a part of it? So they're blaming me to not fucking help you? No, that's
Mhm.
bullshit. That is
Right.
bullshit. That's bullshit. You know what? I tell that's them making an excuse to you. That's a
Right.
coward. That's a coward out. Saying,
Right.
Jack, we don't want to help you.
I know, but it's the
So why
same
don't you
thing
tell them
you
that?
do.
Why
It's the
don't you
same
say
thing.
Snap has nothing to do with you helping me?
Well,
Snap has
because
nothing to do
why don't
with
you
you
listen?
getting me in meetings, with you
Why
contacting my
don't
family.
Why don't you pause and listen? Okay.
And do you want to be specific though?
Yeah.
Who are these people who are telling you this?
Tell you what. First, let's make sure you get the context, and then we can explore who the
Because
feedback came from.
I'm not the only one lumped in that, right? You're probably talking about Steven and
Not.
Tommy and me
Yeah.
and Paul and
Yeah.
OTW and people in
Yeah.
general. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you get it. So the
Well, I'm
reason
sure
many
I know the
people.
people in your ear telling you these
Can I
things too.
finish? Can I
Yeah,
finish
of course.
saying something, please?
But I just
Thank
before you go, Jack, just real quick, think about this. They're making excuses for not helping you. Go ahead.
I know. That's what people do. And this is kind of the question for the stream today. When is an excuse just a lie? Snafu, legitimately. People have said, Jack, I like you. I like what you're doing, but I can't introduce you because you're spending so much time with the chaos. And Snafu, you're part of that.
Didn't I tell you the same thing? And what's
Yes,
funny is
that's what I mean.
what's funny is I have those connections and I still have worked with you and offered to work with you and even
No,
with
you
Rob and
haven't.
others. No, don't tell me we haven't. I have yet to seen any of these people who glaze you as hard as they do, the glazer ones. They have not stepped up to
I
help you
know.
one bit.
And here's the
And they
wild.
could blame it on Paul. They could blame it on me. They could blame it on Tommy. That has nothing to do with them helping you, Jack.
Right. No blame. Let's get out of the blame and let's bring it back to you and me. Okay? Because truly, I don't think you see the opportunity that you have. There's something going on in my life, Snafu. I'm trying to explain it the best I can.
What is that something?
I believe God has been preparing me. You've been a part of my preparation, to be honest. You and the others here on this online, because you guys help me refine me. I don't know what you guys have been paying attention to, but I know what I've been focused on, and I've been focused on trying to be a better version of me.
Okay, for the first time, you're being somewhat authentic there. You guys are helping me to help me. That's a little humbleness in yourself, Jack. That's not the like I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna like so let me play a social experiment here. What has Tommy helped you with over these years?
He's helped me recognize my anger, my impatience.
What has Paul helped you with over these years?
Same thing. Actually, I credit, you know what? Let me not diminish. I don't want to overlook things. But truly, this whole online experience, and especially with Paul and Tom, I think Paul would lead the top. They help me remember to have fun. They're fun guys. You can be too when you're not being such a dick.
Like I see a lot of people bitching in your chat, Jack, and the question is if they're bitching about me here talking to you, providing content or whatever it is, talk about your mission, letting your testimony go, blah, blah, blah. How come all these people bitch in your chat never show up here to help you? I see them all the time bitching in
But
chat. Not one of them,
serious.
the white knights tend to
No.
bitch a lot, but they don't help you.
Right. And you're noticing that because you could help me.
Because I and Tommy help you. They don't.
Well, no, you don't help me the way that I would enjoy.
We just went through that. You finally broke and said you'd receive help from us. So now you're going to backtrack?
Please don't twist the words. Keep them in the context.
Jack, those caterpillars are bushy today, and they look spaced out.
I know.
Why? Why are they
today?
Oh,
I
so
don't
they
care
bushed out?
I don't care about what I look like today.
Well, no, they're super bushy.
I know.
And you haven't gone, and I gotta admit, you are a peaceful Jack right now. That's why I feel you could handle Tommy. I mean, I don't think you're being honest with thyself.
That's you.
Dude, you don't think the patterns of the past are the patterns of today?
Let's try something different. Yes. We're breaking patterns, and the patterns will be broken together, especially the ones.
We're not breaking, but Jack, today's show, other than what we're doing here, it is kind of a breaking of pattern, but it's the same thing.
It doesn't have to be. I'm trying.
No, you're trying. It's the people who are white knighting you that glaze you, and then you accept their glazedness, but they really don't help you in the end. They glaze you. No, I help you. I did exactly what you said. Got your coworkers involved, got them to talk to you even at one point.
Dude, when are you going to stop lying?
It's true. It's not true.
It's not true. You didn't help me at all. You fucking
No,
helped
you wanted. Okay, you're right.
You
Just like what happened with Rose.
And them against me for
okay,
whatever
so
reason.
Do you remember? And if anyone's out there,
I'm about to throw you out.
Yeah, I know you are because you're getting upset of me calling optics out. So, for instance, when Rose was mediating us, did you not notice how you were like, Rose, you gotta listen to me and accept what I say, and then you could be a mediator. Like, you don't remember telling her that, basically? Like, they have to be on your side, and then they can mediate and look at the optics of who's right, who's wrong. But your side has to be
heard.
But no, not heard, because if you rewind that footage from yesterday, you specifically said believe.
Now what I meant yesterday. Okay? In the moment, maybe I said it poorly. I didn't speak as clearly.
Yeah, if you rewind it, it was very poorly.
Right,
even she was kind of like, wow.
Stay here. Let's talk about reality, because I've been paying attention to a lot of things. I played the role of an arbitration advocate. It's a pretend courtroom, right? You follow the rules of court in introduction of evidence, cross-examination of witnesses, all this stuff. I played those games, so I understand the rules. And I know there's a reason for those rules of proceedings, right? There's a reason Robert's Rules of Order has value, you know?
Take your time.
The purpose is for the facts to be presented, to be objectively reviewed. That's the intended purpose of a hearing. Okay, now the principles that we allegedly believe in here in America, we believe in freedom and people are innocent until proven guilty. And yet we live in a world filled with accusations and punishments, and people just go on from one accusation to one punishment, into one battle, into another battle. And it's like, what the fuck is mankind doing?
It's part of the agenda 2030, man.
Well, let's break it.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. I think for the first time, maybe you're getting somewhat a little there. Like, do you, again, your patterns of the 2025 people in your life right now are the
How
same
about-
patterns of the people of the 2000 Jack or the 1999 Jack.
Yes, and this. Thank you, Burgess. This is the point. I've never actually had the opportunity as a man to face my accusers. See, I've been separated by this bullshit.
I could understand whether you want to admit or not. You've admitted that people have accused you. You've never
Yeah,
been
I've
charged.
been
You've never
wrongfully
right.
accused.
So I
Yes.
could understand why someone or a woman who accused you of that would never want to talk to you, even if it
No.
was not
Right.
real or not
Right.
right.
But wait a minute.
Like,
Wait
I
a
can
minute.
understand them
Hold
not
on,
wanting
you
to-
idiot. You've never
Okay.
confirmed that she even fucking accused me.
Oh,
You
yeah,
took
we have.
hearsay.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man. This story, man. Praise God. Tom?
Behind because I'm narcissistic enough that every time I wreck you, I like to rewatch it because YouTube restarts it from where I entered the panel anyway. So I was behind. I was just to the part where Snafu was saying, have me up with you. And I mean, some of your best content was when me and Snafu stinky brewed you and acted like we really were taking you serious as a life coach, which was kind of like, there's so many layers. That's why these brutes and peasants don't get the nuance to what actually happens up here. There's like a layer of you actually acting like a serious life coach. There's me and Snafu submitting for a day to act like as if we would get any help from you. And then there was my super world renowned, everybody begs for more editing that made it a classroom. And it got to show your daddy come up and pose against it. And to all our surprise, you actually abandoned him for once and let it go on. Bring Snafu up.
I aim to serve.
Well, you don't. But it's funny that you pick and choose when you're going to submit to the now.
Now, this is what I call life coaching, Jack. Now you got two of us.
He thinks he's coaching these kids, but these kids are coaching him. We'll line it up right after Mr. Belvedere, 7:30s, Monday nights.
I do feel like a substitute teacher with just some unruly students. that just-
That's your pompous arrogance that we waste our time with you and you just want more and act like you're above it. Jack, you're the one online asking for help. And like we've shown, you have this weird combination of I'm leading you, please help me. You're a mess.
Tom, can you put the pieces together? I would love to lead in the help that I'm seeking.
I feel Tommy has the 1,000 board puzzle piece together versus the like big block children toy puzzles that consist of 5 pieces. Because you are complex, Jack. And he's
And like half of my puzzle was the sky, so you just got all these blue, like flat blue, where it's like, well, I'll turn it like this. Maybe it fits. I'll chew it a little bit.
Did either of you hear my answer?
Jack, you're
No.
looping. You're
I'm not.
fooling yourself.
Okay,
I'm
no.
not.
Since Tommy is here, then what could we do today, Jack? That's different then. But you got to lead us to do it. And it doesn't have to be about me and him. This needs to be about you doing what you claim to want to do for the people and for the, like, what are you going to do different?
Hey, and just to pick up where I came in on, Jack, no woman is accusing you of that because there was a time you said, yes, that's your kid. Yes, she was a regular slice, and there was a drunken night. She might not have been so conscious.
Not accurate. Not accurate. It was a
Oh, so
one.
she wasn't a regular slice. She wasn't a regular slice?
No, we were not dating, which is what Chemo
Well,
alleges.
Jack,
He claimed we were dating, and that's not true.
Shut up. You're incriminating yourself.
The fact is the maybe baby exists. And,
Jack,
and again, the pattern.
Jack, I've had a lot of sliz in this life that I definitely was not dating. This nigger will tell you.
Welcome back, Joe Cool. How are
Why
you?
would you drop him in? Why would you drop him in?
What's going on, Jack?
Just trying stuff, Jack. Just random shots in the door.
No, Tom.
No,
you
so.
asked a question. I'm bringing
Very
him
good.
in.
Very good.
I'm bringing him in and rotating Snafu out, and you might be quick behind him because I am tired of it, Tom.
Yeah, we're tired of your loop and your lies and your excuses.
No. God. How you doing today, man? What's going on with you?
I'm doing good. I'm just ate. I'm taking a break. Gonna smoke a little bit. Taking a break from working and eating. Oh, I also got to chase some ICE agents today. That was cool. The ICE agents are back in Chicago. He brought 200 agents. They had a convoy. They've been all out south and shit. I was chasing them earlier. So that was great too. What about you, man? It looks like a bunch of motherfuckers telling you who you can hang out with and all your shortcomings again.
Admittedly, I'm
entertaining it.
Yeah, I'm guilty of looping. I'm guilty of entertaining it again, but I actually feel like I'm making progress in being able to communicate with Tommy and maybe Snafu.
Okay, well, hats off, man. That'll be something most people, well, I shouldn't say most people. That'd be something a lot of people can't pull off, you know.
Well, my path is interesting, right? Hey, Joe, I saw some of your stuff, man. What the hell, dude? Shooting at your damn feet and
shooting everybody in the crowd. Yeah, it was.
What the fuck was that about?
That was what happens when you bring fucking soldiers and shit in and think they're gonna be police and they don't know the laws, man. They think if they want someone to move out their way, they can shoot them, as opposed to you have to tell them to move, and if they don't move, you have to detain them and arrest them and do all that. No, they just shoot gas and they were brutal.
Seeing that reminds me, I mean, I see it all the time, but I guess maybe having a closer connection to you, it's fucking dangerous out there, so be safe.
Thank you for the blessing. Thank you very much.
But one of my notes today, seriously, I've been looking at some of the news of what's going on today. This relationship that Donald Trump has with the state of Israel.
Yeah.
Compare, I mean, just the little bit, the praise. Oh man, some of the clips I've seen, that's shit. But
the clips you've seen of how incestuous relationship or some of the horrible shit they do.
How deep Donald Trump's head is up the ass of the donors that represent the state of Israel.
Yeah.
His just kissing their asses and singing the praise of Netanyahu and all these other it's sick. It's twisted. And then think about that relationship, right? There's a commander-in-chief, Donald Trump, supposed to represent all of America, siding up to the bully that's just atrocious. And think about how he talks about the liberals, right? Them damn liberals.
Yes. Everything is their fault. Everything good he did. Everything bad is Obama or Biden's fault. That's just the game plan. Inflation is horrible. The prices are that's left over from Biden. Oh my God, greatest economy ever. Yes, I brought that to you. That's just the name of that stupid game.
It's narcissism. It's insanity. And the relationship that Donald Trump has with the liberals, he's carrying that over into Venezuela now.
Yes, and Somalia and all of that shit. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So what do you think about him blowing up them fucking boats like that? Well, I wonder what would happen if a police officer, guys drive down the street, police officer pull him over and sees he's got a fucking fish tank full of fentanyl in the back seat. Cop pulls out his gun, shoots him and his passenger in the head. How is that okay? How is that not? You don't go to jail for that shit.
Exactly. It's what's the word? Non-judicial, extrajudicial. Yeah, they're going beyond the law, murdering people,
clearly
claiming authority, and it's happened all over the place, man. We cannot allow this to continue.
They do it by saying declaring war on poverty, war on drugs, war on crime, and then they can just really create these really weird laws and say, "Hey, we're at war against the immigrants. We're being invaded by a country with the immigrants coming in. If you change the verbiage, you can create all these new laws, and you can just really hurt people."
Well, and through multiple past administrations, these executive orders and states of emergency that have been declared,
Yes.
they've just given themselves far too
Extra
much
power.
power.
And that's not including the things like the false flags, we'll call them, where it opened up things like the Patriot Act and all this NSA spying and shit gets approved. Yeah, your freedoms of liberty just get corroded and corroded. And I was over guys in this room today, and it's his belief that they're too powerful. Just go along, just do what they say. You got it good. You know, he's one of those guys. It's disgusting. Yes, I know it's wrong, Joe, but they're too powerful. There's nothing we can do. Stop waking waves. One of those guys. Just live on their knees, ass motherfucker, yo.
God, it's so rampant, though, Joe. There's so many people like that. They want to live. They're okay with living on their knees or going and hiding in a fucking hole.
Yes.
And they want to challenge the people who are doing the challenging.
Jack, do I see like from what I know about you, I didn't know you back then, but fucking God knows you gossip about your personal shit and everybody else drags it out. You had that streak back then where you weren't content being a follower. You had it back then. You had the lead shit. And I think my question is, do you think that that's a streak that you have, like right here? You don't seem like the type to be content sitting down now, nor in your past, which is why you dream big now when you dream big then.
I was taught to work hard when I was young. And I challenged myself physically, mentally, in many ways when I was young. And the patterns in my life, Joe, I recognized it. And I know I'm not alone in this. So I'm pointing this out, hoping many others might kind of recognize it in themselves. I realized in some ways I was kind of a problem solver. Okay. I would come into these situations where it was a mess. Either I created it or someone else created it, but there was a mess and there was no one to do it but me. So I'd get in, get the shit cleaned up, and get the job done. And then in the workplace.
You're still doing that, Jack. You would clean up a mess when I walked into the room. You're trying to solve an unsolvable problem. the ending world, still trying to solve the unsolvable. It's still in you. Yeah.
That's what leaders do.
Yeah.
They don't wait to be told what to do. And the thing is I was afraid of becoming. When I first.
Yeah. Say great, nigga. I hope you was thinking great. I was afraid of becoming great, but you didn't say what you were afraid of becoming. You held it in, but it doesn't matter. Go ahead. I was afraid of becoming what?
Actually, Joe, I was afraid of standing out.
Okay, I dig it. A buddy of mine told me a good story about that. I understand.
Well, it meant that I was afraid to lead.
Yes,
right?
It does.
So that's where I was in a contradiction, because I was always willing to fight for what's right. I was always willing to get in and deal with a mess, but
stepping out front.
I didn't want to be blamed. I was afraid of being
blamed. I never thought of that, man. My guy told me a story about how this frog, but it's a famous story that he got it from somewhere else, became popular in his own pond. And eventually he found out there were bigger ponds, but he would not leave. He was content being popular in his own pond. Kind of similar to, you're cool in your own slot, stepping out, you didn't know how well you would do. Now, I think you got the bug, though. I don't think you can play second seat anymore.
Joe, these goals I have, I know how they sound, but I truly feel like all the life experiences I've had, it's been preparing me for this,
Of
crazy.
course. Of
Well,
course, that's the truth.
and I mean, this crazy shit, an actual conversation with that.
What
I don't
that
want to
clown do today, Jack? I think I saw you in chat or something. Oh, I was probably in your chat today, and I said your work is cut out. Oh, Trump, he wrote the crazy ass letter when Rob Reiner died. That's what it was earlier. I saw you. And he was like, what do you think? I never could stand that man. He was a piece of shit. He was Satan himself. Wait a minute. You're the same guy that jumped everybody when Charlie Kirk just died, got killed a little while ago, talked about how shitty they are for saying negative things. And all of these Republicans who shit on these Democrats, I don't see them coming out talking about how shitty Trump was, man. That's why I don't like left or right. Both both positions corner you and limit you.
Yeah. Joe, we're going to break beyond this divided nation, and then we're going to heal this fractured world.
Listen,
all we got to do is confront the madmen.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you. I do it every day.
I know.
So, I agree with you.
I
But I'm not
know.
so assured about the outcome or the victory. I think as just cut from the cloth. I'll just speak by myself. I got to fight. It ain't even win or lose. I got to get up every day and fight. The win or lose don't even come into play. It doesn't matter if the victory is whether I can win or lose. I just got to fight.
And yet, beyond the fight, we can recognize it's an illusion as well, because there is no battle.
Okay, well, wait. Well, help me out here, because you were saying that we're gonna solve it and we got to get into the face of these people. So I was assuming, yes, I was assuming we get in there and we use our mouthpieces mostly.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you say fight, you're saying no physical fight. It's a mental fight, or no fight at all.
The mindset. If you believe there's a battle, you're going to engage in battle. If you believe there's a victory, you'll find that it increases the odds, right?
Yes, I need to see a path to victory, though. Maybe that ain't right, but I need to see a path.
Okay, exactly. But you got to have faith in the victory beyond the battle. Right?
Well, I think we win. I don't know if I win, because I only got a limited amount of time down here. But we do win. I agree with you on that. I'm just talking about me personally. The battles seem more prolonged than my lifespan. I think there's more battles to be fought. There will be other warriors behind me the same way I came behind the last guy before this shit ends. And I'm okay with that. Changes nothing. I got to get up and do God's work every day, turn negative energy to positive energy. And that won't change.
We get to.
I love it. Thank you.
And we get to be the instruments that God uses.
Yes. It's a big deal, right?
Victory.
It's a big deal. Yes. Yes.
Brother, I believe that we are. I believe that we are the tools and the instruments that God has called and chosen to be who we are. Fearless. Joe, you are. You walk the walk. You live without fear. You're courageous and in the face of those who are actively enforcing the oppressors.
Jack, I'm gonna be a little shitty here. I thank you for that enormously. And the reason I'm saying shitty is because I'm gonna bring up the fear thing again. You are right. Sometimes there's fear. I have to learn shit to bring that, to choke that fear back. I've gotten so good at it, it only lasts seconds now. Usually 2 times recently, and this is not like me, and I shouldn't say recently, one was years ago, one was months ago, but they affect me that much. I was with I went to see Trump or Biden or something, and they surrounded my car and told me I couldn't move, and it brought out the bomb sniffing dogs and all of that bullshit, and my heart beat. And I left sooner than I would. That shit bothered me to no end. And then I was on a dead end street, and about 40 gang members come out and get into it with the cops. The cops ran, and I left. That's not like me, but I thought it was wiser to do that shit. But my point is that there are times for fear. I'd be a liar if I said I don't feel it. The reason you just called me brave is because I go out there and I overcome it. I'm just a regular dude, a human being. I use whatever method I got to overcome that shit, and then it removes it. But to say that I'm fearless would be inaccurate.
I love that. That's humility and honesty and the truth. But it's a matter of recognizing that impulse, because the thought that come to mind, I mean, seriously, the video is what it is. You got folks shooting at your damn feet. Some people could take that moment and just work themselves up into this terror that lasts for weeks and weeks.
I've seen them do it. You go out there and the police shut a guy down or lock him up, they never go back out. And I've been there the first time I got locked up and felt the fear because I'm an idiot. The guy who's pulling me from jail, I told him to pull over and did a cop watch on the way home. And because I was still fearful, I went up there at 3:00 in the morning and gave him shits and went live, and then went back the next day and made another video. That's how I overcame the fear and overcome the fear, man.
Brother, that's the key. Stepping into your discomfort, so you expand your comfort zone.
Yes, you expand your comfort zone because those type of things it don't make you uncomfortable anymore, and now you can achieve more, and you step into your next discomfort. That seems to be life, and it's settled. I think I take shit really well. I mean, I remember the police, like 4 different townships and cities had me at gunpoint. They had cut off the 2 main streets, and I mean like 5 lanes across big streets, and I was in the middle laying down with guns to my head, and it was smoking hot outside, and I couldn't be on that pavement. And one dude had a gun in my head. He was like, "If you move, I'm gonna kill." I'm like, "Dude, I gotta move. This is hot." He said, "If you do, I'm gonna kill you." I said, "I'm gonna move this left hand. I'm gonna blow your head off." And I'm sitting in the police car thinking, your heart is not beating faster at all. You've done this too many times. It's time to quit this shit, bro. When you know you've been at this, it's the same thing. When you run into the police enough, your heart stops racing.
Yeah.
In a good way this time, as opposed to the bad way, laying on the pavement. And now,
it's through those trials, though, those trials and tests, that's where we discover how strong our character is.
Okay, let's bring it to friends too. It's nice. This is my duty too. When you see a guy, and I see a lot of guys that are nice, Dennison sticks to mind. When you go through your trials and shit, you know when you're friends, you know that it shows who your friends. Just don't show you, it show your real friends are. Right? When you go through something tough, who abandoned you? Do your friends, how friends were they? When you were being an asshole, and a lot of people abandon you when you've been an ass. Your friends will stick around. They may call you names, but they're going to stick around. And when you get better and do better, they're going to say, I knew you could do it, Jack. Well done, Jack. Good recovery. You fucked up that last week, but you're doing better now. If those trying times reveal your friends too. Yeah,
they do.
The motherfucker try and kick you when you're going through those trying times. We're gonna videotape Jack getting put out of his crib. Is that what the motherfucker does, or do they said to be like, "Oh my God," like my girlfriend at the time was worried about you. Like, is Jack okay? I heard someone talking about him. Like, they just don't like him, babe. He'll be okay. People don't like him, but she's worried about you. That's what people would love you do, man. She love you because I love you.
You know what? And that's actually with the topic of today. The other part of it.
I never read the fucking titles. What's the topic, bro?
Well, it's 2-part. The question, when is an excuse just a lie?
Very good.
And then the opposite of that is the observation that truth and love, they're united, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yes. They're like space and time. They're opposite sides of the same coin. Yeah.
Hey, we've got another wonderful guest back, and it's not so chaotic. So I'm glad to have this as well. Welcome back, Ruby. How are you today?
Hi. I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Hey, Ruby, I was just hoping it was a female. So far we off to a good start, man. So many dudes out up here, right?
I know.
How
What's-
yeah, what's been the topics tonight? I've been like peeking in and out, and I saw some very high quality chatters in your chat. So, it's always those, we've got Milk Cow, Melanie,
Yeah.
many, many. Hi.
Yeah, there's a lot of wonderful folks in here. And I actually think possibly thanks to you, perhaps, you and others, there's more new names here showing up. So
we love cross pollination. That's the best, we love that. So yeah.
that is it. So the topic today in the discussions, it's been kind of varied. I tried to have conversations with some of the repeating patterns here, Snafu and Tom. That didn't work. Not yet.
Oh yeah, what's the Snafu? I don't know him very well, except that like there was this girl Lynx I used to be friends with, and she said that Snafu doxed her and got mad that he was like in my chat.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
He
okay.
gets mad at you. He does say, "Fuck up your channel." Yeah,
But
sounds about right.
I don't do cancellation by association. I don't care,
Yeah, nor do I, man. No, in
And-
fact, I
and
get
he
in trouble
kinda
for that, hanging out with people. How you gonna hang with him? You heard what he said about
Yeah,
me. Yeah, how you gonna stay
everyone
bad?
thinks
I
that.
don't
Everyone
listen to you that shit. I'm sorry that you got an enemy, but I'm not gonna stop moving around and shit.
Thank you, Snow.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
in my normalcy boring era right now, so
You've gone to the right place. Internet, fucking YouTube. Ain't nothing full of maniacs and lunatics, man. Broken people, the people who think they're stars, egotistical. It's full of every crazy
oh, Looney
motherfucker.
Tunes.
Yeah, I love it personally because I'm one of those
I know, me
broken,
too.
twisted fucks.
Yeah, exactly, totally.
I'm trying to work on myself and all of that
Yep,
shit.
just started therapy.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, it is. I don't know. It's
This may be therapy for us. I know it is for
there's a
me
lot of
because
cool people too, though.
after my hard day and shit, my days are stressful as fuck.
oh
I look for this. I think it's therapy. I look for somebody to hop up and talk to, like Jack. I
Yeah,
think this is
my
therapy.
have been positive. I like what he's trying to do with the messaging because there's a lot of YouTube does get so toxic and it's so drama driven, and I'm trying to move away from that just because it had some real life manifestations for me that hopefully in the past now. So
yeah.
Here, let me jump in with a couple of things if I can, because it's funny what you said, Joe. There's a lot of egotistical, a lot of attention seeking, a lot of bitter people gathering in this social construct. And yet there's also some amazing talent, a lot of very gifted people, very wise. And there's a lot of us, many who are not fully understood. But there's something going on. And swinging us back to where you were talking about, Joe, with your experience of minimizing the fears in your experience with the police.
Yeah.
One of my notes earlier today, and I tried talking about it with Snafu, but he's not the right one.
I know.
Maybe to tie the two together, I've been studying, my fascination and my passion is healing, right? So I've been studying all these different modalities and methods of healing that people are learning. Mental health, emotional health, physical health. There's a lot of answers available. So here I am. I'm on a path hoping to become a better healer, hoping to become a better life coach. And I find myself in this mix of utter insanity of so many people just crying out for help. But
sound like God heard your prayers.
I know.
it's a sad display. I've since I got into streaming, it really showed me how many lonely, lost people there are. Because I see these lonely, lost streamers, and then those lonely, lost streamers have a following of thousands of lonely, lost people that they're influencing. And it's
or even those who come with disrespect and are bright underneath. they are lonely and broken as well. No one will ever see that fucking gym for what it is because they are so fucking broken they can't communicate well, or their ego is so big, we won't even have to say no names with this one, that they are unwilling to communicate because you are beneath them. Either you're dumb or you don't do something right. And so they can't even hear the words coming out of your mouth, some people.
Yep.
Joe, that's the exact lesson I've been learning, man. Real life learning. But here, this is my dream. I've studied to be a life coach, and I've got a specific group of clients that I have in mind. I want to get the men and women of Congress, and specifically Donald Trump. I'd love to be his coach.
Yeah.
Do you think he's a malignant narcissist? Because I think there's hope for some people who have that like narcissistic kind of
a few of the traits.
Yeah, but like when someone's in a malignant state,
yeah,
usually that could be harder because there's so many defense mechanisms upon defense mechanisms. Like it just goes into infinity. Also, I might have to hop off in a minute. I do have a guest over, but I wanted to pop on. They were eating spaghetti, so I wanted to, entertain myself for a moment.
Hey, I appreciate you joining, sincerely. And
yeah, no, I'll stay on for a little longer. I just heads up.
Thank you. Well, the other idea that I was considering earlier is maybe I'm not as much of a life coach. Maybe I am a death coach.
God damn it.
Because it's that inner ego.
I just saw all the clips going around the internet when you said that. That's so be so great. But go ahead. Let's hit the concepts.
Well, it's that the inner ego death. That's what creates a space for our freedom, for the spirit to truly take over.
Yeah.
And
what is this guy named? He wrote a really good book on it. Eckhart Tolle wrote a good. He wrote a few about it. One of them, the name will come to me about killing the ego. He was never put so eloquently and precise and accurate. It tells you, it shows you how important it is to kill it. Like some motherfucker think you'll get around to it. No, put it at the top of the list, make it a priority because it affects everything.
Did someone say death coach? I mean, there is a death instinct. It's called the mortito, and it's like there are like these polarizing instincts in people that can serve a function in society. But I'm very anti-suicide.
Well, in my own path of inner work, I realized I'm a touchy-feely. I'm a real kind of sensitive bitch. I feel life very deeply, and that can be troubling, right?
Yeah, if you show your weak spots, people attack you out here. So your soft spots, not weak. If you show your soft spots, people attack you.
Yep. The world will show you where you're weak. That is for damn sure.
Oh yeah.
It can be useful and because it's stuff people say stuff online that people in your day-to-day aren't necessarily saying.
Yes.
Like sometimes that can be very useful information, but it's often people just projecting a lot of their own issues onto you.
I hopped up here and the first words out of fucking Tommy's mouth was, "Why'd you let the hard R up?" Yes, that is it's so many fucking races, so and so's on here that I'm gotten dull to it. So people like that serve a purpose. So I learned not to overreact. But it says more about them than it ever would about me.
Yeah.
A comment like that.
Lala, what am I lying out? And also, yes, I was 5150'd. I've been very open about my psychiatric history and, kind of putting my life back together.
But this new therapist, he or she will get it right for sure. I'm absolutely positive. This is the right one. She or he will get it right. Trust me.
No, she's quite pleasant. And it's just useful to have someone unbiased to give you feedback week to week on your progress. Because I get lost in the mix of life. And, it also is just, a beneficial thing to do with court coming up. But I also am very interested in just getting my life together in general.
Well, you got a life coach up there next to you.
I am available. And
Yeah.
I do hope to help people. I mean, for those who are on a path of wanting some change, you know, some extra perspectives doesn't cost anything but some time. And I
And he's
feel like
not
I
giving
learned a
you
lot.
crazy advice either,
Oh
right?
no,
His advice is always positive shit, as opposed he don't give you negative advice, which is great. He's not going to tell you, listen, you're a god, don't listen to the scum beneath you, go claim it. You know, you got to step on a few people to get where you're going. He's not going to give you shitty advice like that.
Mhm.
no.
That's the vibe I get. Also, great quote by Burgess said, "Every saint has a past, every sinner has a future." I think that's Saint Augustine.
That's dope. St. Augustus, yeah.
Quote. Burgess is very high IQ chatter. So
He's dropping some great stuff with us. And that is the truth. I mean, every one of us has within us a saint and a sinner.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
what makes the difference? Our self-control.
Yep.
Simple as that.
Yes.
Exactly.
And a little bit of the times, because you know, some of the things that me and you may consider virtuous in this time, because of where we are at this present time, it don't benefit you so much. You still got to do it and be it, but it's not so popular doing some good stuff nowadays.
Well, it's
Like mercy or
culture changes
forgiving.
very rapidly now. So it's something that was deeply unpopular just 2 years ago is like more common now. It's interesting how rapidly things change.
Yes.
So it's just a safe bet to stick with what you actually believe and see what happens because things
Yes.
change.
Even just stick it through, because people change so much and things change so much. You know, let's say, for instance, your friend, you're riding with your friend, you know, just because he's your friend on some bullshit against this guy who harmed him. Motherfucker, hang around long enough. They'll be friends in 3 months. Then they'll be enemies again in 6. And so ain't no sense in you going on the roller coaster trip with them. Be solid in your foundation. Don't be wishy-washy like them two cats.
Very good advice.
Well, that is kind of the lesson I've been learning, is to allow myself, I think all of us, we have a resistance. I would assume it's a normal and healthy resistance. We don't want to feel dead inside. We want to feel connected and compassion. And that means we'll feel hurt, right? Because of things we see or hear. But to feel dead inside to some aspects is good, because then you can allow the body to be dead of feelings, and just be filled with potential, filled with love, filled with.
In some ways, you do have. I'm just agreeing with you. I think you do have to step out and become an observer, and get your emotions. And you said dead inside or whatever, but yeah, you do got to get your emotions out. Step out, become the observer, and you will make better decisions. They even did a study that said that people who are most victorious are the ones who can separate themselves from the end result of it. They're not as, all about the end result of a thing. They can step back and see things. Like it.
That's the key.
The observer, when you catch yourself arguing with somebody, if you could step out and be an observer and be like, oh my God, I look as goofy as this guy. If you stay in there, you'll never see it. You'll justify it. Well, he hit me first. Look at what he said to me.
Yeah.
You don't know the whole story. If you step back and observe, and you'd be like, oh, God, dog it, I look like a clown too.
Yeah, that is really solid, but so true. Yep.
Okay. Keep that idea, because yes, when people are engaged in a battle, they don't see outside of the battle, right?
Right.
And same thing with people with addictions and lust or
agreed.
whatever. So that's why I think it's time for people of the land to get in front of the men and women of Congress. They're caught up in this bullshit charade where they're fighting with each other, and they're fighting against our freedom, and they're fighting against peace. And it's time for them to change.
How though? Because I've been trying to get a seat and talk to power. That was my first route, and I was fortunate enough to talk to a lot of the high-powered people here in Chicago and Illinois, especially like the Supreme Court judges and the Inspector General and the state's attorney. I talked to some pretty powerful people, and I could tell you that task is as massive as you trying to change Paul. It is the same task that you got to face with them, except it may be 50 times worse because their egos are way bigger than any of us nonsense knuckleheads on the internet.
I know.
So how do we do it? Merely getting in front of their face for a conversation? God, dog, that seems. Protest doesn't seem to work. Phone calls, emails. I'm not sure how to fucking do this shit, how to get these guys in line.
Vote with your dollar and local
Very good.
politics.
Money will do it. That's how they got where they are now. So money, if you can affect their pockets somehow, I don't know how to do it, but I'm 100% sure
Well,
that'll be
even just
effective.
on the micro level, it feels hopeless because it's such a small scale. But like, that's ultimately what makes up, a substantial movement, is a bunch of individuals coming together. So.
Hey, Jamon, I don't usually respond to knuckleheads in chat, but the video's up. I know he said Bessie spoke to Inspector Gadget, Inspector General Richard Funny, but the video
Hey,
is
what's up,
up.
Montero?
Yes, didn't put the judges up, and the judges. This is neither here nor there, but he made me think about it. The reason I went it was because they were talking about, and they were in like an open forum, which is rare. You get to catch them like this, and they were talking about transparency and recording in the courtroom. And when it was over, I called a bunch of them, and I got to talk to them. I was like, "Great, great! So you won't have a problem when I bring my camera in there." And it started off, like they thought I was joking. I'm like, no, serious. I'm going to be able to bring my. No. We're going to record. Great. I can get your recordings then. Well, no, we won't be able to
They
get
have
them.
like a very
It's like, well,
specific
where's
way
the
of going about
transparency?
it.
What were you talking about?
Yeah.
And then by the time I get to like the fourth judge, they're so afraid. Who are you working for? Who sent you here? It was disgusting. They are disgusting people, bro. All of them immediately went back on the shit that people were applauding them for when the people left the room. They immediately went back on everything they said.
Mm-hmm.
That's how shitty these people are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they get away with what they get away with. And until we're willing to do something, they're going to keep getting away with this shit.
Yes.
And so I don't know the direct way, but I know there is a way, right? I've envisioned somehow, maybe even we just start with a small committee of sitting men and women in Congress. But the idea is we get a voice in front of, if we look at the people in Congress, right? The majority of them are attorneys, right? They're constitutional scholars, right?
Yeah.
And attorneys. They believe in that system.
Right.
Well, let's use that. Let's use the fundamentals of the system. Let's present the case, right? In an open forum, we present the case. We'll bring in the evidence. The evidence is on the news, right? We got taxpayers are funding genocide, and we got incompetent administration starting wars instead of ending wars, and they're telling people lies. So we got all sorts of evidence, and the truth is on our side.
Yeah. When do you get to go in front of a congressman and speak, though? Because I've gotten so desperate, I catch them in the hallways and shit like that. And that's the best I've been able to achieve. Even the mayor, I called them in the hallway and got security and shit, called them whoever I was with. But that's the best I've accomplished. And even a cop, when you tell him, listen, man, you were hired to fight for our rights, man. And, oh, man, I don't want to hear it. They just walk away. I haven't met the person, especially congressmen and shit, who are willing to sit down and hear a motherfucker critique them because they think we're beneath them. It's like Paul sitting down and giving you fucking 30 minutes to tell him how shitty he is. Who does that? And here's some video to prove it. Here's a clip. Who congressman ain't gonna do it? Fucking we don't do it.
Joe, it wouldn't be. It would actually be a lot less formal than a court hearing.
Because I don't think a court. I was thinking they would, if what they like come and meet us at a what do you call it, a town hall? What are you envisioning?
I'm envisioning actually, just as Benjamin Netanyahu has been brought into the Capitol building to address them, I'm envisioning
Excuse me, guys.
citizens, U.S. citizens.
You guys, I gotta run, but thank you so much for having me up, and I hope you have a
Hey,
great show.
Ruby, thank you. I appreciate you swinging through. Have a wonderful night.
Of course, and later to everyone in chat as well. So
Yes. How do we make this happen? Yeah, and thank you. I appreciate swinging through, and the folks who show too. How do we make this happen, Joe? I got this idea a long time ago because of people who I knew. I know people who associate with the men and women of Congress pretty regularly. It's part of their jobs, right? So if we talk to these people who are employed and they actively work with the people who are employed, they're getting paid to fucking listen. I mean, there's no harm in the people trying. So how do we get them to agree? I don't know yet. But Joe, just like you were saying, I've been mentioning her recently because, well, Code Pink and About Face and Veterans for Peace, those are organizations that stand out to me. And that Medea Benjamin, man, that lady, she's constantly in the face of men and women in the halls of Congress, but it's in the hallways, and they're not listening. And so this is what I mean. We have a lot of fearless men and women in this nation who are willing to put themselves out there to go confront the oppressors. Well, let's do this together. Let's do it civilly. Let's create the opportunity so it's scheduled and they don't have any excuses. Oh, I can't listen. I got to go on. You know, you sit and you listen. These people in Congress are paid by us. They work for us. They're there to protect our freedom, not their future. Brothers and sisters, this world, it's been given to us. We've got another guest here. I think Joe may have disconnected. He had things to do as well. But Tarek, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you, Jack?
I'm feeling blessed. What's going on, brother?
Well, I saw Joe Cool up here. I want to say one thing to him because I couldn't get a hold of him pertaining to OTW. But if he's listening, if it's okay with you, it was about OTW saying that he's got a higher IQ than him and Flow State, and I said I'll give him $300 if he can prove that. And OTW has said yes, he will take the IQ test. And I'm just letting Joe Cool know, if you can hear us, Joe Cool, if you're down, let me know so I can make this happen. That's all.
Okay. For Joe
Sorry,
Cool?
I didn't, yeah.
All right.
I didn't mean to interrupt. I didn't mean to interrupt, Jack. Sorry, but
oh man, it's cool.
You know, I'm like, I never see Joe Cool, and he was up there, and I'm like, let me catch him before so I can make sure he's down for it, because OTW has been like trying to dodge this, and I'm trying to put him on the spot, and he finally said okay. I just went on his channel. He said yeah, so I have it on record. That's all. But how's your stream going?
It has been very, very interesting today. I'm not real sure. Hey, you know what? You mentioned him. Sorry. The stream has been going good. We had a few different guests come through. The topic today is kind of still me doing what I do regarding the big goals and trying to share some things. Is here, you know what? He is. It looks like OTW is still streaming. Maybe I'll just start wrapping up.
Yeah, if you want to, that's excellent. But thank you, Jack. Go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to double check. So the offer for Joe Cool and I thought someone else was to test themselves on the IQ to compare for OTW. Is that what I understood?
Yeah, let me clarify.
Yeah.
OTW, when he went on his rant, him and Flow State had that competition, who's the most degenerate of the panelverse. And he got so butthurt because Flow State won. And I told him, OTW, you are a better guitar player. You are not smarter than Flow State. He will beat you any day, anytime at a lot of things. He said no, he has a higher IQ. He'll beat him any subject, anything he wants. And then Joe Cool came to defend him, and he said the same thing to Joe Cool. So he kind of got ignorant in his ego. So I didn't like that, and I told him, okay, if you want to go that way, I'll put you on the spot. I'll give you $300 OTW. We can do it live, any channel, my channel, his channel, doesn't matter. We can do it live, all three of us or one of us, or whoever wants to participate. And if you beat him in IQ, you get $300. If you don't, you show that you're a fool.
All right. Sounds like the challenge has been offered, and we'll see what happens from there. I
Thank you.
appreciate
Thank you, Jack. And it's been on record. You have a great one. See you later.
you as well, brother. And I probably will. For those who are willing, I may forward us over to OTW. For those who know, you're welcome to stick around. The question regarding Landry, I did see him in the chat here, and he's around. He's around. I expect his return, and when he returns, I hope he'll have some stories and great news to share. You want change and are trying to get other organizations to go with you and spread your ideas and ways for a better world. You're getting closer, but not quite there, philosopher. What I'm suggesting is there's many organizations that have inspired me with these ideas. I just happen to have the faith that we can accomplish the mission. I can see and taste the victory for the peace movement. It's ready to be achieved. What I'm suggesting is we take some of these tactics that many of the other organizations have, not just the tactics, we take their approaches, we take their connections, we take the lessons that they've learned, and we use those things in a different way. I'm just suggesting we try something different. Try to use the system to beat the system, and you don't beat the system. You invite the people to fix the system, and the people include you and me and, of course, Donald Trump and all of his appointees and all the elected officials. We are the ones who determine how much power this government has. You and me, the people. We're the ones who get to determine what is the path and direction for our future on an individual level and a collective level. But if we don't involve ourselves, we don't have a say, right? And there's a lot of people who just want to just complain and say, oh, no, you can't do anything. Oh, don't confront the police. Don't confront this. Oh, just obey. Just pay the fines. Yep. That doesn't work. Not for people who, let me not be too insulting or arrogant. It doesn't work for me anymore. I no longer consent to immorality and corruption in those who claim to represent me. That's why I'm very selective in the churches that I attend to, the organizations I identify, the organizations and the causes that I identify myself with. I don't necessarily speak for the organizations, but I'm inspired by them. And I truly do believe, brothers and sisters, if we find a way to love unites us all. It really is the message that I truly stand on. Love is the answer. Love reveals the truth. Love unites us all. The only reason secrets are kept is in the absence of love, and it's lies that are created. They're only needed. Lies are only needed for those who feel threatened. Lies are only needed for those who find enemies. But if you're filled with love and faith, you've allowed your inner will and just weaknesses to die away so that you can be filled with the spirit of who you are, the true essence of potential. the true spark of life and imagination that you are and is with you, that's love, baby. I'm not sure. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you again sincerely to all who were a part of this. And if you still stick around, if OTW is still going, we're going to send it over that way. Till next time, thank you again. Choose love. Peace for everyone. And live without fear. God bless us all.